yet. I didn't think I could do it.
Trail them for a half a day, Captain. They're headed north, all right. There ain't no question about it.
What about the wagons?
Oh, we took them as far as Gardner's Ford, sir. They're well on their way by now.
All Comanches, Joe?
And some renegade Kiowas, as far as I can tell, sir.
Well, you better get out after them.
Get out after him, Captain. We've been in the saddle for 5 days.
And you're just liable to spend 5 more. Get your gear together. Where's Reese?
Well, the last time we saw him, he was over in the stable, sir.
Yeah, you know, Captain, he hasn't said 3 words since yesterday. He's acting awful peculiar.
Captain?
Reese, I was just going to send for you. Pull up a chair.
No thanks, Captain. I came to report for sick call.
And just what part of you is sick, Reese?
I got a toothache, Captain.
When did this convenient toothache begin, Reese?
What do you mean convenient?
Captain Parmalee?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Mrs. Elijah Cook, and this is Mrs. Bates.
I'm pleased to meet you, ladies. What can I do for you?
Well, Captain, we've come to ask your assistance on a matter of great importance.
Won't you sit down?
Yes, thank you very much.
Our pleasure, ma'am. Our pleasure.
Now, what seems to be the problem?
The problem, Captain Parmalee, is that we have lost Mr. Pringle.
Mr. Pringle, I don't believe I know the gentleman.
Well, as a matter of fact, none of us really know him. That is, we haven't met him yet. You see, he's come all the way from London, England, and he was supposed to arrive by train at the Gutters Gulch Depot to the north yesterday.
And he didn't show up?
No, he didn't. We wired to Chicago to see if he'd left there.
Which he had.
And, who is this Mr. Pringle from London, England?
He is Laredo's first schoolmaster, Captain Parmalee.
A schoolmaster?
Yes, Captain. In case you haven't heard, we citizens of Laredo have spent great time, money, and effort securing his services.
As a matter of fact, I have heard something about it, and I'd like to help, but I'm afraid that my men are needed for more important assignments.
Captain Parmalee, what could be more important than education?
Well, Mrs. Cook.
She's right, Captain. Education is mighty important.
Reese.
Well, I mean, after all, that poor schoolmaster, he could have gotten some kind of trouble or something.
Very well, ladies. I'll see what I can do for you.
Oh, we'll be eternally in your debt, Captain.
Yes, thank you again, Captain.
Good day.
Ma'am?
Well, what are y'all staring at me for?
Reese, will you ever learn to shut your mouth?
But, Captain, it's true. Education is mighty important. Mighty important. And getting that high-class schoolmaster here to Laredo all the way from London, England. Now that ain't something you can just shrug off. And I'll bet you they ain't nobody can beat an Englishman teaching English.
Oh, I'm glad you feel so strong about that. Because if you come back here without him, you're going to have stable duty for 6 months.
Me, Captain, but I gotta do this.
Not anymore, you don't.
Well, why can't you send Chad or Joe?
Because they're just about to start tracking some renegades that have been raiding south of here.
And, of course, you didn't have any idea that we were being sent out on an assignment when you dreamed up that toothache, huh?
Didn't know nothing about it, and my toothache ain't no dream.
Reese, go find Mr. Pringle.
But, Captain, I gotta...
Reese, get going.
Oh, I never thought any of you would be the kind to turn away from a friend in pain. Oh.
What do you figure he's doing, Joe?
He's practicing.
He's what?
You heard him moaning. Ain't nobody ever hurt that bad. Well, he's practicing like them actor fellas. How's he ever gonna get any sympathy out of anybody unless he puts on a good show?
No, that's true.
I ain't practicing. I ain't putting on no show.
Always says he's not practicing, Joe.
Well, he must have just finished practicing that.
No, you two wiseacres wouldn't believe I was hurting if I had 200 Comanche arrows sticking out of me.
Oh, I believe that.
Well, I would too.
Reese, we believe that.
Yeah, a pair of hard-hearted, no accounts, got no more feelings than a... Got no dad-blame feelings at all.
Get them pinchers. Huh? Get them pinchers.
Let's go.
I knew a fella had a toothache once.
What'd he do about it, Joe?
Well, he did what anybody with a genuine toothache could do. He went over to old Lyle Henderson, the barber, and got him to yank it out.
Yeah.
Lyle fell off his roof and busted his right arm. That's why he ain't fixed my tooth for me.
You know, I thought Lyle was a left-handed tooth puller.
Well, he ain't.
You know, Joe, I got an idea. I'll bet you could pull his tooth for him.
Well, I have pulled a few teeth in my day.
Yeah, horse's teeth.
Well, now, Reese, they're just the same as people's, only even bigger.
Well, now, looky here, Reese. Stand up and let me have a look, will you?
Well, come on, Reese. Just let Joe at least have a look.
Well, all right.
Open up real wide now. That's it. Just open her up way...
Oh, no, you don't. You ain't looking in my mouth, that thing.
Well, all I wanted to do was help, Reese.
Oh, sure you do. Sure you do. Just never you mind about my toothache. I'd rather have my scalp lifted by an Apache with a dull knife.
Think you can hold him, Chad?
I reckon.
No, you ain't holding nobody. And you ain't never had a fight like the fight we're going to be having. You take one more step toward me.
Well, now, Reese, what is a friend for if he ain't there when you need him?
Now, I'm warning you. Just back off.
Oh, Reese, don't be such a baby.
I said I'm warning you. Now back off.
What are you three doing? You and Chad figure those renegades are going to set up camp and wait for you to go after them? You should have been in the saddle 5 minutes ago. Reese.
Well, I'm just about ready to be on my way, Captain. Yes, sir. I won't be but another minute.
Make it a half a minute.
Yes, sir, Captain.
Now, we never really will know if old Reese has a toothache.
What do you mean, Joe? We got his word for it.
You know what that's worth.
Yeah, well, just let one of you two be hurting sometime and see who walks away from you laughing. Me, that's who. You can bet your saddle blanket on that. You in charge here?
What do you want?
My name's Bennett, from Laredo, Texas Ranger.
So?
So I want some information.
About what?
Not about what, who. English fella's supposed to arrive here yesterday.
Well, I told them fellas that was here yesterday, and I'll tell you now that I ain't seen this Pringle fella. He never got off the train.
Well, he got on the train, I'll tell you that, so he's got to be somewhere between here and Chicago.
All I know is he didn't get to this depot.
Well, now, ain't it the railroad's responsibility to keep track of its passengers?
Yeah, but we can't wet nurse him, that's for sure. And just who is this fella that gets the Texas Rangers all worried about it?
Well, now that you ask, I'll just tell you who he is. Maybe you and your railroad don't realize the seriousness of this situation.
Well, who is he?
Well, he's just about the most important man ever to come through these parts. The most important, influential man ever to hit Laredo.
Yeah?
Yeah. Why, he's so important I can't even tell you who he is. But I'll tell you this. If he don't show up soon, the folks in Laredo just liable to come out here and tear up a few miles of your tracks.
I wonder if I ought to wire the home office about this.
You mean you ain't already?
Excuse me a moment.
Just a minute, fella, just a minute.
Yes, but I wonder if...
And you say he's a very important man?
Well, would they send one of their best rangers out here to find a nobody?
Pardon me, but could one of you gentlemen direct me to the nearest authority?
Where'd you come from, anyway?
I have been walking
Walking?
since yesterday.
No, the next station up the line is 120 miles, man. You didn't walk that far.
No. I believe the train left me approximately 40 miles ago.
Left you?
Well, obviously there was a misunderstanding between myself and the conductor. If I recall correctly, I asked him if Gutter's Gulch was the next scheduled stop. He assured me that it was, and sometime after that the train did stop, so I got off. And a few moments later the train pulled away, leaving me in the midst of nothing, just rocks and dirt.
Wait a minute. Yesterday when that train was here, the engineer told me he had to stop and drag a drunk Comanche off the track.
So, you got off in the middle of nowhere. Boy, that's just about the dumbest thing I ever heard of. Where are you from, anyway?
I am from London, England, sir.
London? England? You're not Pringle.
I am Pringle, Jonathan Pringle.
Well, you don't show too terrible much sense to be the most important man that ever hit Laredo.
Well, I don't understand.
Just never you mind, Mr. Pringle. My name's Reese Bennett, and I come here to escort you to your new assignment.
Oh, how are you?
So you just come right along with me. Thank you.
Boy, you clumsy yahoo. Why don't you watch where you're going?
Why don't you watch where you park them big feet?
Mr. Bennett, since you were the party in motion, I cannot help but feel that you were primarily responsible for the mishap.
He means it was your fault, Mr. Bennett.
Now listen, mister. I got a toothache, and I don't need a headache. So if you just step aside, we'll be on our way.
No, really, Mr. Bennett, this gentleman has every right to expect an apology.
Will you shut up? All right, let's go. All right. Mount up, Mr. Pringles.
Do what?
I said mount up so we can get out of here.
Mr. Bennett, there must be some misunderstanding. I am unaccustomed to equestrian travel.
Huh?
I do not know how to ride a horse.
You don't? Well, how you expect to get to Laredo?
When I wrote to the Citizens Committee in Laredo accepting the offer of employment, I explained it would be necessary to meet me with a wagon. A buckboard, I believe you call it.
The buckboard was here yesterday and you weren't. So you're just about ready to have your first horseback ride.
Oh.
Come on, put your foot in here. In there.
No, the left one, the left foot. Right in there. There you go. There you go. Go. There. Now, Mr. Pringle, these are the reins. You use them to steer the horse with. You understand that?
Quite.
All right. Well?
Mr. Bennett, I cannot steer this animal till it begins to move.
Well, he'll move if you just kick him a little.
Kick him? That seems rather unkind. Well, if you say so.
No. Up you go. Come on. There.
I think perhaps we had better wait for the buckboard, Mr. Bennett.
There ain't going to be no buckboard. No buckboard at all. Now, come on. Get on.
Oh.
Up you go. There you go. There. Hang on these reins. Now, just a minute. There we go. We'll tie you on there so you can't fall. Whoa, boy. Whoa.
Train came in an hour ago.
Oh, we had to bring you something to ride, Anson. Took a little longer than we thought it would. The fellow that owned him just didn't want to get rid of him.
You could have bought one, you know.
Matter of fact, we couldn't.
Things that bad?
Truth of the matter is, Anson, we got just about enough between us to buy you a homecoming dinner. That's all.
We kept your gun belt for you, though, Anson. We never even thought of getting rid of it. No matter how lean things got.
I'm mighty grateful. Sure feel good wearing one of these again. After 3 years in that stinking prison.
Been a rough 3 years, Anson.
Yeah.
May I ask what is going on?
Oh, just shut up, will you?
Don't you worry. I know just where we're going to get ourselves a steak.
What are you talking about, Anson? Who are them two?
One of them's a Texas Ranger by the name of Reese Bennett.
The Ranger, what's he doing up here?
I'm not sure exactly, but it's got something to do with that dude who's with him. Seems he's a very important fella. The folks in Laredo may pay a few bucks just for his safe return.
Anson, you're just not making much sense. That ranger get a look at our faces, and every other ranger in the territory is going to be after us.
Mr. Bennett won't live long enough to tell anybody he saw us, I promise you that.
Anson, it sounds kind of personal between you and this fella.
It's mighty personal. He was one of the rangers helped send me to prison.
You see you waiting here? Does he remember you?
He didn't remember. But he will when I'm through with him, I promise you.
Well?
Well, what do I do?
Just kick him a little. Gently.
Oh.
Come on. Come on.
Well, now, I'll just take that homecoming dinner, and we'll start after Mr. Bennett and his friend.
Pringle, I know you ain't never rode a horse before, but if you don't speed it up, we just ain't never gonna get to where we're going to.
Oh, stop, horse. Did you say ain't never gonna get to where we're going to? Or did I misunderstand because you were speaking with your fist inside your mouth?
You didn't misunderstand nothing. You heard me real good.
Mr. Bennett, if the other citizens of Laredo use this blasphemous form of English grammar, there's no point in my continuing. So if you'll take me back to the station, I shall return to London.
Are you making fun of the way I talk?
Mr. Bennett, you are not talking. You are grinding words from your mouth like hash. I have never heard so many dangling participles, misused prepositions, or double negatives in all the years I have been teaching.
I don't know what them things mean, and I don't care. And you ain't going to Laredo to teach me anyway. You're going there to teach the kids.
Well, I can only hope they have not spent too much time listening to you. And now, since the sun is nearly beyond the horizon, I suppose we must make camp for the night.
I didn't plan on stopping, Mr. Pringle.
Does that mean you were unprepared to make camp, Mr. Bennett?
It means if you hadn't been dragging your feet, we'd have been there by now.
Well, I'm sorry. But never having ridden before, I am unprepared to remain a moment longer in this saddle. Untie me, please.
Mr. Pringle, listen, we're only another 3 hours from Laredo, even the way we're moving. And if I don't get me a doctor, a dentist, or something for this jaw, it's going to swell itself shut.
Considering your use of the English language, Mr. Bennett, that could be a blessing. Now, untie me. I insist.
Looks like they're gonna settle in for the night.
Snail's pace they've been moving. They ain't never gonna get to Laredo.
Bennett never will anyway.
Make our move now?
Nah, we'll wait till it's dark. We'll be able to get in close without being spotted. Wait over there.
Here, have some coffee, Mr. Pringle. Go on, take it. Wash down the jerky. Careful, it's hot.
You were unprepared to spend the night.
Well, coffee and jerky is all you ever get on the trail, Mr. Pringle. That's all you ever get.
Mr. Bennett, must you speak with your finger in your mouth?
Well, can I? How would I got? Oh, no. Now look what you made me do, Mr. Pringle.
Have you been sharing all the food, or have you been holding out?
What are you talking about?
Well, what's that green material in your mouth?
Moss, Mr. Pringle, moss.
Why are you eating moss?
I ain't eating it. I'm just putting it on my tooth. Supposed to draw the poison out. It's an old Indian remedy.
Well, judging from the look of increasing pain in your eyes, I would suggest that you stop listening to old Indians.
Oh, you...
Bennett! Toss your 6-gun in the brush and stand up, Bennett!
What's happening? Who is that out there?
How do I know who he is? Get behind that rock. Move, go on.
What are you going to do?
Go on.
I told you to dump that 6-gun, Bennett! Stand up where I can see you!
Who are you? What do you want?
Just do as I tell you and you'll see. You and your friend won't get hurt.
I don't believe any of this.
Quit throwing so much lead, you'll hit both of them. The other one's no good to his dead. Anson!
That sounds like Anson.
Ansel, is it bad?
It ain't good. We better get him out of here.
Are they gone?
I winged one of them. Guess they had enough, Mr. Pringle.
Well, exactly who were they?
I don't know who they was.
Were?
What?
You don't know who they were?
Well, then why do you keep asking?
Mr. Bennett, I have had more than enough of this barbaric environment. Now, I want you to take me back to the railway station.
Well, I ain't going to take you back to the railway station, I'll tell you that. Captain Farmley told me to bring you to Laredo, and that's just what I'm going to do. First thing in the morning.
Oh. You don't intend to continue sleeping here after what just happened?
Very likely, Mr. Pringle. Very likely. Oh. Oh.
Did you say something?
I said, oh.
Well, good morning. Now, do we prepare breakfast here or wait till we get to Laredo and eat something civilized? If there is something civilized in Laredo.
We ain't going to Laredo.
Did you say we aren't going to Laredo?
That's what that's what I said.
You're taking me to the railway station?
No. There's a little settlement named Daggett. About 15 minutes ride from here. Doc Severson, friend of mine, lives there. I got to have him look at that. I got to have him look at this tooth.
But you said we'd be in Laredo in 3 hours.
I'll be dead in 3 hours.
Mr. Bennett, you cannot die from a toothache.
Well, I can if I want to.
Well, I refuse. I refuse to be dragged along on this detour.
Well, you ain't got no choice in the matter.
I have no choice in the matter, Mr. Bennett.
Well, I'm glad you see it my way. Hey, you! Amigo! The doc in? You know where he is? Well, would you mind telling us?
See, he go to man that way.
How long ago?
Oh, not long.
All right, let's go, Pringle.
Surely you don't intend to go wandering about looking for the man?
Well, how are we going to find him if we don't?
Mr. Bennett, I protest.
You heard what the man said. He left not long ago. Now, come on, Pringle.
Oh, Mr. Bennett, this has gone quite far enough.
Almost far enough. There they are. Come on, let's go.
Oh.
Hey, Doc! Doc Severson!
Well, Reese Bennett! How are you?
Oh, I thought I'd never catch up to you. That old Mexican back there don't...
Look who tagged along.
Who are you?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm one of the fellas you were shooting at last night. The rest are inside.
I take back what I said, Mr. Bennett. You may die from that toothache after all.
So, you remember me now, Bennett?
I remember you.
Good. I wanted that satisfaction before I blew your brains out.
I see 3 years in prison ain't made you any smarter, Jones. I don't get back to Laredo pretty soon. Every ranger in the territory gonna be out looking for me. And him.
He won't be hard to find. As soon as the good citizens of Laredo come up with 500 in gold, I'll deliver him safe and sound.
And what makes you think they'll lay out $500 to save his skin?
I heard what you told that station master. Remember, Bennett? Most important man ever to hit Laredo.
Did you really say that about me, Mr. Bennett?
Keep out of this, Pringle. Just keep out of it.
Those were his exact words, Mr. Pringle. Now, of course, I don't know exactly who you are, but $500 don't seem like too much to ask, considering the high esteem in which...
I'd be most happy to tell you who I am, Mr.
Jones.
Ah, Mr. Jones, how are you? My full name is Jonathan James Pringle. I am a graduate of the London University, and I am a fully accredited teacher of mathematics, algebra, grammar, speech, history, geography, and all other related subjects.
Wait a minute. You trying to tell me you ain't nothing but a stinking school teacher?
Sir, I resent that slur against my profession.
A school teacher? Oh, what are you trying to do, tear my arm off?
I'm trying to find out where that slug is.
Your slug, Bennett.
Well, you started shooting first.
Most important man ever to hit Laredo. All that big fancy talk.
Well, I wasn't necessarily lying. You know, education is a mighty important thing. Well, I can tell you things...
Shut up!
What do we do now, Anson?
Oh, one thing's for sure. 500's too much to ask for the likes of him. 200. Ride to Laredo. Tell them what happened. Tell them they can have back their schoolmaster for $200.
Maybe 150.
200. If they balk, tell them I'll put both of them 6 feet under.
If you say so.
Get going.
By the way, mister, how much cash you got on you?
$12.
Well, you're going to have to lie down so I can try to pull that slug out of you.
I don't much relish the idea of lying down under your knife, knowing you and him are friends.
Well, there's not much you can do about it at the moment. The fact is, if I don't get that slug out of there, you're going to die.
Correction, Doc. If you don't pull that slug out of there with me still breathing, you're the one who's gonna die.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It'd be easier for him if you got some whiskey.
Looks deep. But you shouldn't have any trouble, huh, Doc? Wouldn't be the first slug you pulled from a man's shoulder. Anything I can do to help?
Yeah, you can shut your mouth for a minute.
Well, I'm sorry, Doc. I just wanted to make sure you'd be around to have a look at my tooth here.
Sit down.
Now listen, we gotta break out of here. When he wakes up, I'm dead. And if he don't wake up, we're all dead. Now the odds are best now. Poor Harry gets back. Now the horses are just outside. We get out of that door and we're halfway home. Now one of them is going to have to stay here with Jones. That leaves only one to chase us.
Well, one's all it takes if he's got a gun.
That old door's halfway off its hinges. Bust through it quicker than you can open it.
Since I am going to be ransomed anyway, I see no point in taking this risk.
And what if the good citizens of Laredo don't have $200 to spend on you?
Oh, dear.
Now, when I throw this chair, move.
That's far enough. We'll settle with you later. You stay with us.
Here, give me your reins. Well, we lost him.
Mr. Bennett, I think I'm going to be sick.
Oh, forget it. You're doing just fine.
I don't think the legs on this horse are all the same length.
Now, Pringle, you listen to me. You head straight through that brush area, and you'll come to a creek. Now, if you turn left and follow it, it'll take you clear into Laredo.
What are you going to do?
I'm going back to that shack.
You can't be serious.
Well, I can't leave Doc there. Jones decides to die, it's just liable to put a slug in him. And besides, Doc's got to fix my tooth.
I don't think I can.
Oh, nonsense. Here, now just point that horse and get him going. I'll catch up with you later. Ah.
Horse. Horse, go. Horse, look that way. No, no, horse, not that way. Go that way. Now, horse, please try to understand. That way. Not that way, horse, look. Don't be such a stupid animal. Go that way. Oh, you stupid animal. Horse, look. Go that way. Oh. Go on, horse. No. Horse. Stupid animal, horse. Go that way. Horse, please try to understand. Look, this way. There. Back there. Go, I tell you.
Nice seeing you again, sir. Get moving.
How you feeling, Anson? Where do you think you're going?
Dump this outside?
Just never mind that.
Yeah, but I got to, otherwise it could infect the whole place and everybody in it.
Where's Bennett? He got away. You think he left his friend behind?
His friend was having a bit of horse trouble. Couldn't seem to get him started in the right direction.
Well, we better go in and tell Anson the bad news.
Where's Bennett?
He and, this one made a break while you was out. Dirk managed to catch him, but,
Bennett got away?
I couldn't help it, Anson.
Hey, you dumbbells. You can't do anything right if I'm not watching you every minute. Where's Harry?
he ain't back yet.
That's great. That's just great. By the time he does get back, Bennett will arrive with every ranger in the territory.
Now, that ain't necessarily so, Anson. Harry got a good head start.
I'm gonna need some fresh water. Cold water.
What for?
Do as he says and quit asking stupid questions.
Did you get it?
Yeah. 200. Answer. They paid off. 200, just like you said. Where's Bennett?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Huh?
These two dunderheads let him get away. Probably headed straight for Laredo.
He sure wasn't there when I left.
Maybe that gives us a little time to get out of here.
You go moving around, you're liable to start that bleeding again.
I'm still here. When Bennett gets back with those Rangers, I'm liable to do a little bleeding, too.
All right. But I'm warning you, if you don't lie still, I won't be responsible for what happens to you.
You better be responsible. What I said before still goes. When I stop breathing, you stop, too. Come on, let's get out of here.
What about him?
He goes with us.
But the ransom's been paid. Don't you intend to honor your part of the agreement?
All I intended to do was put a bullet in Bennett's head. Since he got away, I might just spend that bullet on you instead.
You'd actually consider killing me for no reason at all?
Oh, that'd be reason enough. I figure they find you dead. Bennett will pay a dear price for leaving you behind. All right, come on, let's move.
How very barbaric of me.
Pringle, that was downright neighborly of you. Here, keep an eye on him.
What, me?
Yeah, you. Doc, I know this don't hardly seem the time for it, but you just gotta look at this tooth. He whacked me one. And, Doc, I think I'm gonna die.
I can't help you, Reese.
Well, what do you mean you can't help me? I came all the way here.
My arm's busted, Reese.
What?
Just before he hits you, he hit me. Dog, she's busted, all right.
Oh. No. Oh, no.
Take him over to jail and lock him up.
Worried about you.
Doctor,
They didn't hurt you.
Well, as a matter of fact, they didn't know, but it was rather an unusual experience.
All right, Reese. Start talking.
Well, first off, Captain, there's the $200 I took from Jones and them other three. Right
Maybe
there.
you better count that, Captain.
Yeah, maybe you better, Sheriff. The fella that rode out of town with us told some wild story about you walking right into their camp after you had tangled with them the night before. Now, as stupid as it sounds, he said that you followed him and Doc Severson to Daggett so Doc could have a look at your toothache.
He said that, huh?
Captain Parmalee, the truth of the matter is, it was I who insisted on looking for Dr. Severanson.
You, Mr. Pringle?
Well, of course. After all, Reese had defended us so courageously the night before, it would have been unforgivable of me to let him go on without medical relief, as it were. And his jaw was terribly swollen.
Reese, let me see. Well, it doesn't look swollen now.
Hey, it went down.
That must have been when Harry hit you, Reese. It must have broken everything loose.
That's it, Captain. Harry did it. That tooth got cured while I was pursuing my duty.
Oh, brother. Excuse me.
I've heard about enough of this.
So have I.
Mr. Pringle, I want to thank you for that little white lie.
You may have the clumsiest grammar I've ever heard, Reese, but when the chips are down, you move with the strength and the grace of a Greek god.
Oh, now, Mr. Pringle. Well...
Oh, Mr. Pringle. Mr. Pringle. We want you to come with us. We want to hear every little detail.
Yeah, I got a feeling you think I've been exaggerating to you.
I think I'd use a stronger word, Reese.
Yeah, like lying.
Well, you all heard what Pringle had to say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't think he's a liar too, do you? A lot of sympathy I get from my friends. Like I'd have died of poisoning out there, for all you to care. Well, I'm glad I found out your true colors right now, before it was too late. I can just see it now someday on my headstone. Here lies Reese Bennett, who died alone and unloved. A man who had nothing in his heart but good for all. A man who had crawled across on his hands and knees.
Boys, and I got your money.
We've only got your word for that.